Hey, leavers and believers. Welcome to a very special extra bonus episode of Leaving Hillsong. We couldn't leave it alone. And by it, I mean the greatest sale on earth, the contents of the Houston home on Instagram. My name's Tanya, and I am joined today by a very special friend of mine, Matthew Drapper, who we call Draps. He is an author and an escapee of fundamentalism and evangelicalism, and he's helping me out with reviewing exactly what's been going on here. We just did it this morning, and it's kind of irreverent. It's a little disrespectful, perhaps, pushing a few boundaries, and we hope you love it. Someone objected to me that I recommend people get snacks for the pod when you're kicking back and listening, and so I would encourage you to get the unhealthiest snacks you can find, something that'll give you a bit of chronic disease. Kick back. Darling.
Yes, darling.
Thank you so much for joining me after work late at night to talk about this cultural emergency that come upon us. You've been messaging me UK time and sending me like questions like, what is this kind of thing? So tell me. So yeah, we couldn't let it go.
I cannot cope.
Oh, well, we just couldn't let it go much further. Where to begin?
We should begin with the big platter with the lemons and then make our way down.
Goodness me. So if you've jumped into this podcast and you don't know what we're talking about, there used to be a church or something like it. There used to be an organization called Hillsong, and it called itself Hillsong Church, and it had this couple, these global pastor, senior grand dragon type people. And anyway, he's called Brian Houston, and he's awaiting the outcome of a trial for concealing child abuse. And his wife is called Bobbie Houston. And recently she decided, since they've sold the house and they're looking forward to getting the hell out of this country, going somewhere like America where people aren't quite so, well, where you can sue people a lot easier, I suppose, if they expect. Anyway, so they're having a bit of a garage sale, and it was announced this week. It's called Get Out of the Closet. No.
It's called In the Closet Baby or something, is it?
Something. Closet Baby Closet. That's how we keep you where you need to be. They've sold their house recently. Times are tough. I mean, cost of living has gone up, hasn't it? I mean, what's it like in the UK? It's off the charts, isn't it? I mean,
there's no energy, there's no gas. It's all freezing cold houses.
We are
and
all
no money to live.
Yeah. So we understand. I've got to say, Draps, it has been the most spectacular backfiring of an attempt at something I have witnessed. So Bobbie has proceeded to, with the help of a friend, take meticulous photographs of everything they've got left that they want to. And if you were going to, claim asylum somewhere else, it looks like they really are packing up. And she's put, household items and clothing on eBay for sale to people with, what the price was and how much they're selling it for. And my goodness, it's gone badly for them in terms of.
Well, this is what I saw.
I
saw you shared something about a closet on your Facebook page, and it was a screenshot of Instagram. And actually, no, I think it was Bobbie's leg. First thing I saw was Bobbie's leg, and she announced that there was a sale on another Instagram page called Closet Baby Closet. And I was like, well, this is clearly fake and can't possibly be real. And I thought, or actually, what I thought was, she's donated some clothes to a charity, like a baby charity. And that's what she must have done.
Yes.
And then I logged over and I discovered it was all Brian's wrinkled shirts and all of Bobbie's wrinkled dresses, and they were all for sale. And I thought, well, this is rather scandalous. So I had a little look and clicked on some of the pictures, only to discover that all of the items they were selling were apparently bought at what, £1,000 each?
Oh, again, where to start? So I'm no fashionista, so I'm not covering the finer points of what is glamour, do you know, and what isn't? What is haute
Well, I don't
couture?
know what is glamour and what isn't, but I'm looking at a jacket that was worn, it's likely worn by Brian Houston, and they apparently bought it between £5,000 and £7,000. They're selling it for 700. So it's
What?
lost,
The
it's lost
generosity.
£4,300 worth of value somewhere between Brian putting it on and taking it off, which I can understand with his current status.
How do you place a value on such robes, though? Do you know what I mean? Can you imagine? Put on, sometimes the clothes do not
Ephod.
make the man, or put on the full armor of Brian. Do you know what I mean? You can literally.
You could log in and you could buy 11 shirts for £1,100 and put on the full armor of Brian Houston.
I mean, literally down to. I mean, I don't know, but I think if you private messaged, I think, undershirts and underwear might not be out of the question at this
I've
rate.
not scrolled all the way down, so there may be skivvies at the bottom. I haven't seen.
Are there socks and shoes? Are there shoes?
I've seen a lightly damaged denim jean material.
Okay. I think first of all we need to. Sorry, we're a bit late, but we should have read the introductory pastoral statement where the woman who, I mean, I don't know who came up with the name Mother Dove, but she certainly calls herself that. So the introductory post.
Do you still have access, or have you been blocked?
I can't see anything myself. I'm blocked, and there seems to be a feature on Instagram where even if you have, say, perhaps hypothetically 5 accounts in different names, you still can't stalk or troll. So initially, she says, Bobbie Houston, it's no secret that we've sold our home. We have gifted and donated things our entire lives, and we'll continue to do so. A good friend will help get some of these items to college students and local charity drop-offs, but right now we are selling in order to move things properly and efficiently. The account is at Closet Baby Closet 22. So, I mean, the thoughtfulness and care that has gone into sharing these items.
Did she say she was selling them for charity at any point, or did she say no? I tuned out. Sorry, I was distracted by the wrinkled shirts.
If they knew their crowd, that people have gone into catatonic states over the care of this. So bless ya, she says at the end. It's this very public nature of it. So a couple of days before, Bobbie Houston posted a picture of herself with a big giant bruise on her eye, just at the eyebrow, and very long sort of, that fluffy, prolific stuff she does. And she fell down the stairs. And, it's just so strange because I've been thinking, why make it so public? So it's not like she's going to be on stage this weekend to a packed house.
Somebody must have noticed and said something for her to make a public statement on her bruising. Did she say she'd fallen down the stairs?
She fell down the stairs, and I don't know how you land like that, but hey.
She landed amongst the decorations, the Christmas decorations.
She must have landed on all those bargains. It's just I've thought it through, and it really has triggered a lot of people who have been through domestic violence. Fell down the stairs is a euphemism. I mean, it's a cliche. The women's leader has, I don't know if she's ever talked to any women, the women's leader. Anyway, she just wanted you to know not to worry about the photo that she put up. Like one of those.
But if she hadn't put the photo up, no one would have worried.
Well, we'll see, and this is the thing. So then if you fall down the stairs and you run into somebody, you say, okay, oh, what happened? Oh, I fell down the stairs. Oh, that's terrible. All right, nice day. What do you want for lunch? Anyway,
I mean, the
lady.
thing is, I remember when there was one of the characters from Glee, not a character, an actress from Glee, and she went on TV and she said that she'd fallen maybe down the stairs and she'd hit her head on a flower pot. And about 5 years later, it turned out that actually that's not what had happened. But, I'm not saying that in this case. I'm just saying that
No,
actually.
I mean, it just, again, it speaks to the insight of the poster who's like, don't ask me about this because there's no reason to. Anyway, she's fallen over a couple of times. I hope she's all right, really. I mean, do you know what I mean?
It's okay.
Concentrate. Probably too distracted with charity thoughts.
I mean, if she's making the house smaller so that she can save money, then she probably will have less stairs to fall down in the future.
Well, that's what people say. She really is single.
Going to a bungalow? I'm not sure.
Must say she got a little stab in on Darlene because somebody was like, "Oh, I know there's stairs and they're really slippery or something," and she was like, "Yeah."
Why would one have slippery stairs?
I don't know, but Darlene gave her these slippers this one time. She said that had no grip on the sole and she fell over.
Well done. Did she soak the stair? Anyway,
all I'm saying is
right. So no, I'm saying I've just discovered on this on the Closet Baby Closet. So Bobbie, we think, is selling all of her clothes for whatever reason. Now there's a little intro to this Closet Baby Closet from Yolanda. Now I don't really know who she is. Yolanda.
So Yolanda is their PA or something. She attended a court every day. She was there early, left late. She carries Bobbie's handbag, essentially.
Oh, she's the handbag carrier.
Yes, that girl.
Okay. Well, she says, "This is me, Yolanda. Closet Baby Closet has been a blessing to me. I'm a Bible school student. If you've been a college student, you know the struggle. Being a Bible student is even harder. Ministry days, needed for training, are Friday nights and Sundays. This generally makes it harder for me to have a regular job. We're learning most of the days, but also jobs want us the most. Recently, I lost my job. Every job I applied for rejected me, even though I was overqualified. I knew it was my availability. Then God sent me an angel at Bobbie Houston, while sorting through gifts and donating them to places for students. No, to places and to students. Then she heard I lost my job. She jumped into action. She had a heart to create a space where I can work and make money and to continue studying. She didn't have to do this. Actually, she's mostly been attacked for this. However, because of her, I have food to eat. I'm able to pay for things I need to pay for and save money for my tuition. I just want to serve Jesus with my life. I don't have family looking out for me. I have Jesus. He sent Bobbie, which is really a miracle to my life. Thank you, Bobbie. Crying face emoji. Thank you for giving and giving. Whatever I become in life, I know God used you to keep me going. Also, thank you to the many ladies here. You are the other huge part of my miracle. Bless you. Hashtag it's testimony time." So that's interesting. So I don't know if she's selling it, and I assume, and making all the profit for herself, or if she's just working for Bobbie, putting these items up.
No, she's working for Bobbie. It's for the vision, and Bobbie's all like, "You must not know about me. You must not know about me."
No, but Bobbie's the angel. She's been sent. She's been sent an angel, and the angel is Bobbie.
The clarity of the God's will that has played out right here to the doorstep of Instagram is it's incredible how people can't see God after stories like this. I mean, probably paying thousands
from
and
God's
thousands
mouth
of dollars
to Bobbie's purse, carrying, not donating.
She'd be paying thousands of dollars to go to Bible college and do all that hard work, meaning she can't work a job. And yet this miracle has unfolded, and it's...
Well, it's interesting. So what she's saying is that she is paying thousands of pounds and she can't work full time because she's studying at the college. Now, I saw on one of these posts, now, I think there was a wrinkled white dress that Bobbie had pre-worn, and she said that she spent nearly £1,000 on it to go to the college graduation.
Hang on a sec. £1,000 or $1,000 US, or I mean, that's important.
Hang on, no, that's another one that's £100. Hold on, let me find it.
Oh, here it is.
I assume it's in Australian dollars. It might be in.
Yeah, I thought so too. So, I mean, do you understand? Like, pounds are gold to us. So, okay, sorry, 1,000.
Okay, well, pounds aren't gold to us no more. Let me find it, because this is an interesting one, because she said she wore it to graduation, which I don't think gives it more value. But I was thinking, like, of all the students. Yes, $879 she spent on this. It's a white, like, jacket dress with some lacing on the sleeves.
Nice.
It needs a steam. Purchased it myself for college graduation. It's a pretty piece. I hope whoever gets it enjoys it. Now, I was thinking, I thought everyone who was going to their college was broke because they couldn't work.
Yes.
Yeah, so everybody else is broke going to college, but Bobbie shows up with her £870 dress. Is that what we're saying?
Yeah. Well, I mean, I do think Meghan Markle would be appalled by that wastage of money.
Would they appalled?
Just be like,
Don't
"Oh,
drag
what?"
Meghan into this.
Sorry.
Meghan
So
gets gifted all of her clothes.
that's true. That's true. And she actually, I read, she passes a lot on to charity as well. It's fantastic. All right. So I need some dining wear. Is there anything in the catalogue? I can't see it. I mean, I've been kept out of the promised land again.
I can't believe you've been kept out of the promised land, because there's so many items on here that you could do with. There
Promised
is I'm seeing here a £4,000 bag, which has been discounted to £1,000, and that
Wow.
that could be the thing that you needed.
Do you know what? And the thing is that pastors' wives need £5,000 bags, because Jesus always said to.
Well, they need something for their assistants to carry.
It provides employment. I mean, we're joking, but I've got to tell you, like, a woman wrote to me yesterday, and she said she was not, the college was incredibly stressful when she was a student. She couldn't afford to get the antidepressants she was prescribed. She couldn't afford the prescription to get filled because she was broke as a college student. And I was thinking today, we haven't really talked about it yet because it's so disgusting, but there's a whole thing about miracle babies and, people who can't have children and they've got fertility issues. And if you give the right money at the right time to the right people, a miracle baby will turn. And I thought, imagine that. So you've tried and failed IVF or whatever's going on, and there's all this money, and then people are so desperate and they put their hopes in this, and maybe they did or they didn't conceive, but guess what? Louis Vuitton, baby. He certainly had a closet. So, do you know what I mean? It is beyond obscene that they did it. But why do it publicly? Why? So, is there anybody who would see that in their circles and say, I approve of that? I certainly, do you know what I mean? Other people in their league.
I mean, some of the items have 1 or 2 likes on them. Some have got 5. Some have got up to 8. So maybe there's 8 followers who are following and liking this stuff they're doing. But I do think they may have alienated some of their audience here.
I mean, even other people might say, like, why are you telling everybody? Like, do you know what I mean? Like, all those other Joyce Meyers would be like, why would you tell everybody what we're actually spending our money on? A private sale. Why not have a private sale on eBay? Help me out, please.
I feel like we've always said that they've got this money and they're spending this money recklessly and outrageously or taking from the company in gifts, and we can't say this for sure, but this just seems to be like them just blowing open the doors and saying, here are the items, why don't you come and have a rummage?
The tone deafness of it, it's Kendall Jenner and Pepsi, it's the lack of insight is just out of the universe. That it's either they don't know or they don't care. So maybe the flex is worth something. But again, why do they need your £1,000? I mean, haven't they got all of the wealth of the riches on heaven and earth and all? Do you know what I mean? Like, unless they're in a lot of debt and they haven't got much money and it's Ponzianity and it's just one big house of debt, which is a theory I'm playing with. Sorry, as an aside. perhaps every property has, debt against it, and all they've got is maybe their house. I don't know, maybe their house. There's certainly properties in California, you see. There's properties in California that have been bought over the past few years. Joel Houston has one. They've got one. The singer girl, Brooke, has got a studio set up there. So there's a whole arrangement ready for when this nasty court business is out of the way. Get on with California dreaming. They're not. She didn't wake up one morning and be like, how can I be more charitable to the world today? I must clean out my walk-in wardrobe.
Well, I mean, if she had woken up one day and thought I must be more charitable to the world, how can I clean up my walk-in wardrobe? She would surely have just done what we would all have done and just packed it into a big bag and take it to the local charity shop.
Or left it in the back of the car for 2 months and not actually arrived. You know what I mean?
Oh, yeah, mine's all in a box upstairs.
Always.
Yeah, since I moved in. Yeah, it stayed in a box. And it will eventually it will go to the charity shop. But until then, it stays in the box. But still, I'm just confused by the whole concept.
Because there's some things that should come with a trigger warning. They're so colourful.
So most things should come with a trigger warning for anybody who has any idea about ironing clothes and keeping them wrinkle free, because every single item looks like it's been kept in a ball, scrunched up, and then just pulled out and hung on a hanger, which is offensive to me. And I don't even iron my own clothes.
I know. I blame Yolanda. I mean, what kind of bag carrier lets that take place?
Take them when I take them out out the dryer, and then they're fine. But my clothes never look like this. But maybe that's because I don't have rich people's clothes. Well,
even iron just the front of the shirt. Do you know what I mean? To pretend it, because they don't care. They don't care. But I mean, are we then thinking that these clothes have been worn and we get them because there's men on the internet that will pay a lot of money for pre-worn clothing.
Is this why she used a saucy picture of her leg and boot to sell it in the first place? Like she was from The Graduate?
Well,
is that what she was looking for? Is that the reaction she was expecting? All I saw was her stockinged leg and her boot just the other day. And I just thought, goodness, what's going on here? And my mind is still blown. I still don't know what's going on. I don't understand. You need to help me to understand what the situation is.
I was crying out for your assistance. Just as an aside. I mean, the suit thing hit me pretty hard. This is a man who has come from nothing, the tiniest town in the tiniest country of New Zealand, and he's worked his way up to buy $7,000 suits that he really shouldn't have, with other people's good faith and good money, hard-earned, and his wife just whacked him up for sale on 80% off. And I'm so humiliated. Does that mean he's never going to need them again? He's never going to wear a suit like that again, or what? Has he gotten fat? I mean,
is he done? Is she saying he's done?
Well,
but I'm sure that somebody must be going through here and comparing what he's worn on stage with what is here. I know in the world of Gossip Girl, they always go, look, this character is wearing these clothes and I've seen them on the runway here, here, and here. So somebody has got to have the skill, and they must be able to go, I've seen Brian and he was wearing those pants, that jacket. But does he wear these clothes all the time? Are these his main ones? Are they getting rid of them because they don't expect him to be back on stage? I thought he was all about getting back on stage.
Well, exactly. This is it. And that jacket that he wore for the Facebook Lives with the checks, what's that called? That it's not
the resignation. No, not that.
The I'm not an alcoholic jacket. That one.
Oh, the I'm not an alcoholic jacket.
Yeah, it was the one on Evening with Bobbie and Brian. Stand up if there are any businesses here. I've got a word for you night. People got tickets in the name of Carl Lentz. That Evening with Bobbie and Brian. He wore it there, and I just want to know if that smell of desperation and despair is sort of lingering amongst sort of the Ralph Lauren aftershave, whatever's going on. What's he going?
I want to know if any of these jackets are the jackets that he was wearing, the jacket that he was wearing the night that he disappeared for 40 minutes with no memory of what happened.
Yeah, see, and that's what we want to know in the description.
That would put the value on the jacket. I'm telling you, that would be a £7,000 jacket right away, because that is a jacket with history
What do you think?
missing mysterious history.
DNA, were they trying to...
Maybe they're just trying to get rid of the evidence. I don't know.
Wow. What's wrong with a bit of dry cleaning? That's what everyone did in the old days. You dropped everything off at the dry cleaners and just carried on.
Yeah, they would have dried all the crusty bits off and then just gone on wearing the Gucci jacket.
The only solution to why wouldn't you just do what a normal person does when they want to end their husband's like masculinity and feelings of importance and the clothes make the man and stuff, and just do it privately on eBay or throw them on the street or something like out of the garage or a boot sale? Why be public? Maybe she wanted a bidding war because people would be like, oh, I know, I must have that.
I must have that furry backpack. Actually, somebody has bought the furry backpack. If you've bought the furry backpack, get in touch. We want to know why.
Please. Because I'm telling you, people, they would not have checked the pockets.
It's a wondrous. It's the California Blush. It's been sold for £200 or best offer. Condition new/like new. And it's being sold. And you know what? Maybe the receipts are in the pockets. You never know. Oh, they won't have cleaned them out.
They, if they're not ironing, they're not, you know, they probably shook them for loose change or whatever, you know, and to throw it.
There may very well be some McDonald's receipts in there from awesome signed napkins that we don't know about.
Do you know what I mean? There could have been some drafts. Oh God, what's in the handbag? Why are they so?
What's in the handbag, please? I don't know. Probably Advil. I don't know.
Tell me about the Garden of Gethsemane there, where Bobbie carried something across the world on her back. From the sounds of it, it was a plate or something.
Yeah, let's if we go through some of these items. So many of them are clothes, but there's also some household furniture. So we've got a sofa on here, which is actually fairly reasonable if you're local and can pick it up. And then my absolute favorite of all the items is a large blue dish with lemons, authentic, timeless, Positano, large Italian.
Positano is where they have a home in Italy, where they spend some time each year there.
They have a home in Italy.
Yeah, I do believe, and they like to spend 3-4 months of the year there. I mean,
would be nice. Would be quite nice.
Well,
to have a home in Italy.
It's not. Australia's not everything. It's not the end of the rainbow, as it were. You know what I mean? It's good to get out. It can get a bit rough here. Yeah. Fires and floods and media. You know.
Well, this dish. It retailed at £300 originally, which is not bad for an authentic, timeless, large Italian platter. They're now selling it for £200, and it's only for local pickup. And underneath, Bobbie Houston, her very self, has written a comment in which she says, "I literally carried this across the world." I'm just picturing Bobbie crossing the world with her big blue platter on her back, like the turtle that holds up the universe.
Yeah. And must be precious.
And here it is for sale. For what reason? I mean, right above it, there's a bowl full of round white and chocolate, like knobs, I guess, and also a delightful snap of what appears to be Brian Houston's ankle in some jogging. It's quite a fetching ankle, to be honest. They're marble decor balls. Sorry, I didn't realize that's what they were. Marble decor balls. In case any of you don't have those, they retail £350, and it's £200 for the bowl and the balls.
So that's like an ornamental kind of arrangement, yeah?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
And that is why people said, you know what, I'm not going to send the kids to private school. I'm going to send the kids just to the regular school down the road. I'm going to invest in the kingdom builders for the church to spread the word of God, and for people to spend $300 on.
How better to spread the word of God than with a bowl and balls?
And it's something that you could never reproduce at the 99-cent store, because anyway, look, it's fantastic.
No, it literally looks like it was bought at the 99-cent store. It literally looks like any other potpourri, to be honest with you. I don't know what makes it so special, apart from the fact that they've paid that much money for it. It's literally, they could have picked it up from IKEA.
You'd almost think it was like spending other people's money becomes really easy. I mean, sometimes you don't even look at the price tag, because tell me about that one. I got sent that one this morning with it's got one
This
price
was one
tag.
that was retail. They were selling for $290, but it had a reduced sticker on it of $150. So presumably they bought it at $150 to begin with.
Well, she couldn't have. Why would there be $150 tag on it? I mean, it's a round yellow circle, 150.
Mm-hmm.
And then in the description, she's got what, $290, but they'll sell it to you for only what?
I remember
$190 was $190.
It was definitely higher than the amount on the reduced sticker, which is interesting to me because, I mean, some people are saying, is she just picking these things up from a charity shop and they're just whacking them online and claiming to have owned them?
That's
is there
what
proof of
my source this morning claims that she's had this business going since last August, actually, and she might just be doing the rounds at the opportunity shops and charity shops, and hoping to make.
If you were selling an authentic prop from a movie, you would need to have some proof that you had it, you'd worn it, or that it was actually from that movie. Otherwise, you wouldn't be able to do it. But all of these items are from 2 days ago, so
okay. Well, yeah, but
no, they've been edited. They were edited 2 days ago. Some of them are from earlier. There's one here from July 30th last year.
Is that right?
Yeah, but they've been edited, so they've put some discounts on lately.
So this wasn't just since we sold. It sounds like since we sold the house.
No, this has been going for a while. It's been going since summer last year. It's obviously not got much pickup, to be honest with you, because she's still got a lot of these items for sale.
Well, it's only because of that recent publicity that.
Yeah, maybe it's working well as an advertisement for their wrinkled old clothes.
I'll just grab what the Daily Mail said, because the Daily Mail took the opportunity to advertise this particular money can't buy class. Money can't buy class. Hang on, Daily Mail. Sorry, Bobbie. Oh, all right. The Daily Mail covered it, and they said, lavish lifestyle of Hillsong megachurch pastor Brian Houston comes crashing down as he sells off his mansion and his wife offloads their clothes on Instagram after revealing a horrific facial injury.
Oh, gosh.
Brian and Bobbie Houston forced out of Hillsong Church. He is facing charges. He concealed his father's abuse of a boy. Brian also breached the church's moral code with 2 women. She said life recently feels like being in a landscape of war.
I mean, I don't know if they are selling their wrinkled clothes, on the landscape of war. I've not seen a lot of that, to be honest, coming out of Ukraine, for example. Maybe I'm wrong. She's claiming to be in a landscape of war at this point.
Are people still using that hashtag? She's not sure. So it's like pray for Ukraine. Well, it says here, ex-Hillsong pastors Brian and Bobbie Houston are selling off a swag of possessions to raise money after Ms. Houston revealed a bloody facial injury and described their lives as a war zone. Miss Houston this week uploaded dozens of images of luxury items, including 11 of Brian's dress shirts, plus his Armani and Versace suits, as well as footwear, homewares, and furniture to Closet Baby Closet on Instagram. A bit of details on the house. They've just sold the home, the 4-bedroom, 3,647 square meter gated estate. I didn't know it was a gated estate. Was listed.
No wonder it had such long stairways.
Yes. But those ones where you can injure yourself. All right. Mr. Houston told 9 News they're selling to reduce debts and simplify their lives. Tell you what, it could get very simple after a verdict. It could get very simple. Took a wee tumble yesterday, she wrote online, fell down my stairs. There's a bit of conjecture there about the use of the word wee and whether it's only from Scottish people. But it's a New Zealand thing. It's actually a New Zealand thing. Anyway, so that's the optics there for them. I'm not sure if that was the intention.
Hello?
Hello?
I thought I lost you there.
No, you lost me and I'm bewildered. Yeah, why do it so publicly? Why? I mean, don't they have like a private pastor's circle like that celebrity dating app where you only get those like select shysters to deal with?
I mean, I would have always assumed that people who deal in Prada cap, £855, selling for £455. A Prada cap.
I want to know, because some of them are local pickup only. So if I were to, put claim on the couch, for example, who would I meet round the corner? Or do I need to go to the house? If I buy the couch, the couple of lovely chairs I saw for only $50. These people are counting every $50.
Why don't you? Yeah, we should perhaps put a bid on for the $50, or maybe like the cushions, and then we can go and collect, and perhaps we can get an exclusive. Perhaps one of them will pop on the podcast, have a little quick chat.
Well, I mean, it's been a while. I haven't seen them for a month.
Yeah, that's true. I mean, yeah, you saw quite a lot of them.
Yeah, I wonder how this is all arranged. I mean, is Yolanda just going to drive around Sydney all weekend? Is that how that's going to work?
I'm not sure. Yeah, I'm interested to see if they sell many of them and if they disappear, or what will happen, really.
I'm interested to see how much they can sell at more than what they paid. I mean, doesn't that say an awful lot about Hillsong? Here you go.
Well, you were doing some math earlier. What was the math you were doing?
Oh no, that was just the.
No, leave that.
It's just, if somebody's tithing a sentence, let's say you tithe $10,000 one year. Brian bought a suit with that and probably some cufflinks and.
Yeah, so if you tithed £10,000 and Brian bought a suit for 7,000, does that mean that 3,000 go into the ministry, or does that go on one of the bags?
No, that's what I'm saying. So the tailor needs to make the alterations. There's a belt involved. I mean, so let's call it a $10,000 purchase for, probably the 45 minutes speaking that he needs to do. If you then buy that suit 5 years later for only $2,000, so you paid $12,000 really for Brian to have a suit, or you can have Brian's.
Yeah, it's interesting.
I just wonder if forensics shouldn't have checked over this stuff first before it was allowed to be. I mean,
maybe they're just going to get rid of the stash. I don't know.
I don't know what you have here, but we've got just a second. What's my brain? It's called the. Give me 2 seconds.
Who's Travis Cooper? I don't know who this is. This must be a fashion designer, because all of her dresses are $769.
We've got an organisation in our state, New South Wales. This is like one of your colonies where you sent all the kind of the jails are overflowing, put them on a boat. Right. So nothing much has changed. So when people use money or say misappropriate, so we got the New South Wales Crimes Commission, you see, and they can confiscate items that were the proceeds of crime. So I would hate to think that, say people stood up on stage and said something like, oh, you need to invest in people and charity, and then they use that money on suits.
Versace suits, for example. Yeah, I mean, you wouldn't want that to then. Yeah.
Interesting. Have you got something there where people the police come around and say, excuse me, I'm just going to confiscate everything you've got because you obtained the money that you bought it with?
I think so. I think they do the same thing. Yeah. If you, for example, bought a jacket for £1,200, and it was a leather jacket, quite a nice one, super fun, apparently, a super fun jacket, super fun, she said. If you bought that using money that you had essentially told people you would use for the orphans and the widows, then presumably that would be fraudulent. I don't know. I couldn't say for sure.
There's all these different terms. I know that if you go around with the Salvation Army tin, like we have got a thing here, what's it called? Not
Don't get me
Sunday
started on
bloody
the Salvation Army tin and
Yeah.
with the history that family has with the Salvation Army tins and dipping into them. But anyway,
Well, if you do that here, it's called, I mean, if you then go and spend the money on beer, or perhaps not, hand the money. If you don't hand that money in, it's called obtaining money by deception. Even if I say, you're on the train and I say, listen, mate, I need to call me mum. Have you got $1? And I don't call my mum, it's called obtaining money by deception. If you say to people, we're going to build this, we're doing these great things in Africa or whatever, and you are like, Armani, Armani. I love and support New South Wales Police, and that's why I'm love and support New South Wales Police. They do a fine job, and I just wonder if they'd be interested in any sort of samples that might be on those.
Take a little look, really. Yeah. Anyway, oh God, it's amazing. It's wonderful.
Thank
It's
you.
the most
I think
incredible thing. Let me see if I can find a finishing touch item. I mean, there's quite a nice pea coat here. Bought for £600. It's vintage, now selling for £250. And to be honest, I'd look quite good in it. So, I may have another look around this Instagram site and get back to you if I make any purchases.
This is the thing, it's a little bit awkward for all of us at first, isn't it? But then you start thinking, hey.
Tell you what I might do. I might nip round a few people in the local village and say I'm raising money for a charity, and then I might just nip back to the Instagram and see if I can get hold of that pea coat before it goes.
Well,
what do you think?
Things are flying off the rack, so
I want to know who's buying them. Somebody who's bought one, please let us know why and where you're keeping it and what you're doing with it. Please.
If only we were wealthy pranksters, I tell you what. No, are there any more pieces you want to talk about? Because our audience is quite fashion conscious.
I mean, we've already discussed the 11 shirts that are available for 1,100, and I think I have seen, I can't see it now, but I have seen some Versace. I've seen some Gucci. I haven't seen any Balenciaga, but they've fallen out of disrepute lately, so perhaps they're not advertising that because that would look bad. And have I seen Prada? I don't know if I've seen any Prada, but there's some really good items here, and by which I mean high ticket. So I would get on the store ASAP.
Yeah.
But most of all, I think let's just remember let's remember the big blue dish with the lemons, which Bobbie herself has been carrying across the world.
Literally.
It's filled with blessings for you and your family.
It's heartbreaking when people have to part with such things. You haven't thought about it from her point of view.
Well, I'm sorry.
Easy. Well, what's Brian wearing? Looks like she's emptied his cupboard.
She's emptied the closet, darling. Sorry, darling. It's all gone online. It's on Insta now. No hats. Nothing's left.
No hats.
No shirts.
No gloves.
No coats. Nothing. Look, anyway, I'm going to have to go. It's been a delight. I'm in bemusement still, and I will continue to be. I'll let you know if I find any more fascinating highlights.
Thank you enough. Right. Thank you for going where we're either blocked or too traumatized, outraged to go yet again. See you, Draps.
All right. See you soon. Bye.
I laughed so much editing that episode. I hope you really liked it and you had as much fun as we did. Yeah, you gotta, laugh, you're gonna cry, you know how it goes. Thank you so much for choosing to spend time with us today and listening in to our gossip session, because that's all it was. Stay tuned, there's more content coming. I'm in overload. Join us on Sunday, if not before. And there's going to be some changes coming soon. They're going to have some extra content available for people on Patreon, so stay tuned and listen to that. And sign up if you can. Support the work, support this show. Please head on over to Patreon or PayPal, Leaving Hillsong, and have a look around. There's going to be early release and kind of extra content because I've got some really great stuff coming up, and really looking forward to it. Thank you as always for your support, messages, emoji, stories, trust and communication. Keep in mind that, of course, the best is yet to come out. I mean, we're only just starting, and what a rewarding time it's been so far, 2023. Well, for content anyway, for us. Have fun, keep shopping, keep leaving Hillsong. Be kind all around, most of all to yourselves, while you're horrified and remembering what you went through while they were out shopping or getting someone to shop for them. I don't know. We'll talk soon. Bye.